In the last video, I spoke about all the top reasons why you should journal. With journaling, what really counts is that you find the best practice that works for you. For myself, having ADHD has always been a struggle to stay on task. Journaling feels like the one thing that has finally kept me organized. The method I'm going to be showing you is probably the most common method out there, the bullet journal method, invented by Ryder Carroll. I discovered this by reading his book, The Bullet Journal Method, and I believe there's also an audio version out there that you can listen to right now. His method is great because it is an all-in-one notebook, planner, and journal that you are in complete control of. This is the minimalistic approach that I find most helpful because it isn't too complicated, you aren't set to some pre-filled design, and it doesn't take up too much of your time, which is the most common reason why people give up their journaling practice. All you need to get started is a rubber, ruler, pencil, and of course a notebook. The notebook I first started with and still use today is the classic ruled line notebook. Ironically, not the bullet journal that Ryder Carroll suggests. This is because I'm a messy little toddler when it comes to writing, so I need lines to keep my words in place. The reason why I use a pencil is because I'm a little dyslexic nightmare and I need a rubber so that I can rub out what I've done and go back over it. Not just because I'm a massive environmental greenie. Okay, so this is going to seem a little lengthy, but this is just setting up your journal at the start of the year or end of the month and start of the month. Once you do this, everything will be so much easier. Play some of your favorite music, have a cup of coffee or tea, and just chill out while you set up your first journal. I promise everything after this will be super easy. Okay, let's do it. Hey guys, it's me in the future. I actually put this video on hold to finish my other video about January 26th. Go check it out now if you haven't done so yet. Now, let's talk about my journaling practice. Take your notebook and on the first 4 pages, you'll write index at the top, or the first and third page. I'm sure you can assume what this will be used for, but I'll show you exactly how this works when we come back towards the end of the video. Next up is the future log. So this is pretty simple. You're putting all the months across 4 or more pages. I'm going to use exactly 4 pages for this, so I'll divide each page into 3 and put the months at the left of the page. Straight away, you can put in important dates that you know you'll want to remember or that are important to you. We will now leave it as it is, and once again, we'll come back to this bit later. All right, now we've got the month at a glance. Everyone seems to do this differently. Some people will do like boxes for every day of the month and we'll use like 2 pages. I personally like the 1-page approach with each line being a day. The main reason why I use this page is to write down one important thing or task that I know I'll be doing on each of those days. For example, you can put your work days in there straight away so you'll know your schedule and important dates you want to see coming. We'll come back to this month at a glance in the next important page, your habit tracker. And once again, there's multiple approaches of drawing this up. I've got 2 approaches. There's the habits I'm currently trying to stay on top of, and there's the habits I want to achieve every single day of the year. For the rest of the habits on the next page, you can put whatever you would like to stay on top of. Remember, these aren't crucial, so you will go easy on yourself if they aren't always achieved. They are just there as a constant reminder of tasks you are trying to implement into your life. Start with something easy like a glass of water when you wake up. You can also write down morning stretches, some language you were trying to learn, or just write journaling, like your AM and PM reflections. Like I said in the last video about journaling, this isn't here for judgment or self-loathing. Simply just an overview of what you want to keep and maybe get rid of next month. You don't even have to do the habit tracker all the time. Just maybe every 2nd month or every 3rd month. Whatever you want to get back onto or stay on top of. For every single day, I'll go back to the month we just drew up and draw a line on the side. It's important you don't make too many habits for every day, otherwise you're less likely to stay on top of them. I've chosen the 3 most important ones for me: exercise, meditation, and reading. I usually do all 3 of these things first thing in the morning or within an hour, and I can then cross them off, knowing the day is already off to a good start. Month task, pretty simple, just write down all the tasks you want to achieve in that month. Make sure to start these all with a dot point. I'll show you why at the end of the video. Okay, so this is the really fun part where everything gets serious and it all seems to fall into place. Take 2 pages and divide them into 5 rows. At the top of the left page, you'll write personal goals. On the top of the right page, you'll write professional goals. Now, from the top row down, you'll write 5 years, 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, and 1 hour. If you can't get 3 goals for each of these rows, at least try and get 2. When you've done that, you're now going to choose one thing out of each of these and put an asterisk next to it. These are your most important goals, and these are the ones that you're going to implement into your future log to make sure you stay on top of them. Okay, that's it. You've now set up your journal for the year. Now we can go back and implement all these chapters into the index. The index is of course most helpful for flipping back to the month calendar so that you can stay on top of your habit tracker and see what events or what in your schedule is coming up. If I create a new chapter, I can write the title of the chapter at the top and the page number on the bottom corner. I will then go back to the index and write that chapter in there with the page number. So for example, my reading list. So I'll always know where to write down the next book I'm reading. How will your journal fill up, you ask? Well, this is simply by all the new chapters you'll put in, or your daily log and weekly log, which I haven't filmed, so I'll include that later. The most important part of the whole journal is, to me, the daily log, which is my most common practice that I try and stay on top of. So with the daily log, you want to treat this as your AM reflection and your PM reflections. So basically in the morning, you want to write down your intentions for the day, what you plan to get done, as well as a special event that's happening. So you'll see that on your future log or calendar. Then in the afternoon, you'll do your PM reflections. This is where you will go back and reschedule things that you didn't get done and write down your thoughts on how the day went or what you enjoyed most. This is done by using bullet points for goals and tasks, a circle for the event, and a dash for the thought or thoughts that you've had. The bullet point is the most important part because you can cross that off once you get it done, forward dash it for tomorrow or backwards dash it to reschedule it in your future log. The dash symbol can also turn into a plus if you really want to vent about your thoughts or that thing that happened during the day. It's important to remember though that daily logs are not chapters, so although you'll write the page number on the bottom corner, you will not write this in your index. The daily log is just there to vent out your thoughts and stay on your tasks. It's not there to be categorized. Well, that's it. You now have your journal written up and you're ready for your year ahead. You can now track your past, order your present, and plan your future. Thanks for going beyond the thought in my journal practice. If you did enjoy this video, please like it to help in the algorithm. Comment below with your thoughts. Finally, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to stay updated for all my next videos.